Go crazy. As long as you ship everything else safely with Safe Ship Moving Services. Veteran owned, we don't work with just one carrier, so we can confirm availability, compare
Los Angeles. You have licensed weed shops undercut by the black market. Now, the city is considering a tax amnesty to bail them out.
My gosh,
William
Bill,
Jeunesse
are you
has
serious?
more. First, the story from L.A. and then the commentary. William, hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bill. Yeah, California legalizing pot was going to be a dream come true, right? Slap on the 40% tax and everybody wins. Not true. Instead, the legal shops here in LA are not going to pay that full tax because they say police cannot keep up with all the illegal sales that stop them from making money.
It's like the wild, wild west, except you have the government with your boot on your throat and a six-shooter in your mouth 24/7.
Legalizing marijuana was supposed to make California and cities like LA rich. Instead, many shops are going broke and government revenues are falling.
In the city of LA, we have stopped paying our taxes.
Hundreds of legal marijuana shops owe the city $400 million in back taxes. They refuse to pay until black market retailers are shut down.
If we open a store in LA, 2 or 3 black market stores will open next to us and suck our customers away.
Elliott Lewis owns 33 licensed stores statewide and blames California for failing to crack down on illicit farms and unregulated stores.
It's been an absolute failure, hands down.
California collected $7 billion in cannabis taxes since legalizing pot in 2016, but revenues are falling.
The incentive is so strong for illegal retail, they could be shut down and reopen in 3 days and they still make a profit.
The city of LA also makes money off pot, but tax revenue is down 50% as legal stores close and others refuse to pay their taxes, forcing the city to consider an amnesty to bail them out.
We're perfectly happy to say, okay, well, if you can, get on the right side, we'll wipe away the penalty for being late.
Yeah, the penalty is about $100 million that the city's just going to wipe away, hoping that the legal guys will pay their tax. The bottom line is, Bill, this is a mess, partly because the illegal, or rather legal taxes pay for subsidized child care. So now they're upset because they're not getting their money. Bill?
What a tangled web we weave. Thank you, William. Nice to see you. There's more to come on this, clearly, for a long time. Dana Marie.
Indeed, I am not happy about that. Also, another admission from California. Governor Gavin Newsom, as speculation of 2028 swirls around the White House. Watch this.
I say this as a Democrat. We need to own up to the fact that we ceded that ground. We walked away from this crisis of men and boys. This is an issue our party needs to address. We can't afford, from an electoral perspective, to lose, but these folks. But we also can't on the basis of our values and what we claim to care about and represent. And I say that on behalf of women that need better men.
Caroline Downey, columnist at the National Review, and Jimmy Fallon, host of Fox Across America and Fox News Saturday Night. Great to have you both.
Hey.
He's right on that. Do they have the policy prescriptions, though, to turn it around?
No, he definitely has the diagnosis right, but Newsom is once again falling short of the cure, which would require Democrats to apologize first and foremost to young men and boys that they have demonized for the last few decades. And this goes back to the Obama Title IX witch hunts on college campuses, which stripped young men of due process and sexual assault cases. But this is the fundamental problem, is that there really is no self-awareness still from Democrats on why young men have disengaged from their party and all the institutions that their party controls, college, everything else. And until they admit that, nothing is going to change.
So the point he made in that interview is that one of the first interviews he did was with Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
So he's suggesting that he's the one leading the way on this, Jimmy.
Yeah, maybe so. But if you wanted to make the 2028 race interesting, the first debate should be between Gavin Newsom and Gavin Newsom. Okay, because he's been on every side of this issue. As Caroline said, he was nowhere to be found when they were screaming about toxic masculinity. The Democrat Party took the male identity to a slur status. Remember the phrase cis white male? That used to be issued to discredit political takes as if you were coming from such a terrible place. And that's, I think, his biggest challenge, is he's got to walk back so much of what he's done because he's not really leading on anything, he's reading. Okay, he can tell the zeitgeist has moved in the direction of boys are not the devil, okay? And they might not want a tampon in their middle school bathroom either while you're at it, and that doesn't make you evil for saying that. And yes, he's finding Jesus late in the service, but I don't think anybody buys the authenticity of the sermon.
And also, if I could, can I ask you a question?
You may.
Because when you looked at the election results last week, the gender gap was intense.
It was pretty intense, yeah. I think it was more broken down along political lines than also among ethnic lines. When the emphasis was more on Hispanics and the way that they drifted away from Republicans in a period of 12 months' time.
The other topic is Michelle Obama. She's got a book coming out, so she was asked about the East Wing demolition and the ballroom, and this is from a podcast that she did with Vanity Fair. She said, when we talk about the East Wing, it is the heart of the work, and to denigrate it, to tear it down, to pretend like it doesn't matter, it's a reflection of how you think of that role. What I think is interesting is, like, once again, they might have agreed that they needed a new event space. I think Michelle Obama and Barack Obama would say, yes, we don't want to be in a tent in our high heels. That doesn't work. They don't like the process by which President Trump went about it.
And they don't like the builder, even though he is one of the best builders. If you just look at the New York City skyline, his name is written all over that. But not only that, this ballroom renovation construction is going to be, from what reporting says, funded by private donors, not taxpayer dollars. So it's not going to be this huge dent in the taxpayers' bank accounts. But beyond that, Michelle Obama is really not helping her husband's legacy here. What I think she's doing is just making it more of an embarrassment by doing these puff pieces and these podcasts. It's all about the glamour, and all she does is complain these days, and especially about young men.
Just to add to that, it is true that young women, 18 to 29 especially, they went overwhelmingly for the Democrats.
Like 86% or 81%?
It's like 70%, I think, between 18 and 29, just off the top of my head. Speaking of which, Jimmy Kimmel's wife is now talking. I don't know if this is the gift that keeps on giving or not, but let's go listen to it, and then we'll parse it. Watch.
It hurts me so much because of the personal relationship I now have, where my husband is out there fighting this man. And to me, them voting for Trump is them not voting for my husband and me and our family. And I unfortunately have kind of lost relationships with people in my family because of it. And so I feel like I'm kind of in constant conflict, and I'm angry all the time, which isn't healthy at all.
So we've got that, Jimmy. And just keep in mind that her husband, Jimmy, has also said that he's got family members, and I thought he suggested they actually do talk about this.
But understand, nothing speaks to how broken the compass is on that show. Like the fact that they think they're in a fight with the president. Like, if you're a late night comedian, your job is to unite the country through comedy, okay? It's to put people to bed with a smile on their face. The idea that you're telling them to shut off the lights at 11 p.m. by going, the fascists are here, we're all gonna die, is kind of a dereliction of duty. And you understand the other point she's making really illustrates just how far out of touch they are. That people should be making a voting decision, not based on the economy, not based on education, not based on the safety of their neighborhood, but on how it'll make her husband feel. Wouldn't you love to have the luxury to vote based on nothing other than somebody else's takeaway at Thanksgiving dinner? That's why no one takes them serious, because their job is not to be, and here they are. It's embarrassing. somebody else's takeaway at Thanksgiving dinner. That's why no one takes them serious, because their job is not to be, and here they are. It's embarrassing.
This feels like a good topic for the 5.
Hey, man.
Today. All right. Thank you so much, you both.
How it'll make her husband feel. Wouldn't you love to have the luxury to vote based on nothing other than somebody else's takeaway at Thanksgiving dinner? That's why no one takes them serious, because their job is not to be, and here they are. It's embarrassing. Away at Thanksgiving dinner. That's why no one takes them serious, because their job is not to be, and here they are. It's embarrassing.
This feels like a good topic for the 5.
Hey, man.
Today. All right. Thank you so much, you both.
Down. Stream's gone down. Stand by.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Trying to get back.
Yeah.
You're have some of your energy back and all of that.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah, did you find, did it affect you? I mean, because you hear sometimes some people doesn't affect you at all. Some people really makes them exhausted.
During it, yes.
Okay.
I was in the bed for probably a week. But after, I was just ready to get up and get outside.
Get moving. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm glad it's been such a beautiful fall then.
Yeah. So are you from here originally, or are you just here for treatment?
Born and raised in Virginia.
Yeah.
And then joined the regiment in 2019.
Got it. Okay. So when you're done with this, do you know where you'll go next?
I'm still going back to the regular.
Okay.
They still want me, so.
Okay, that's good.
The next steps are going to jump again.
Okay. Yeah. That's exciting.
Been parallel.
Yeah. We have plans. They're in motion.
I'm not excited about it. Have you ever jumped out of an airplane before?
Yes, sir.
I think
Many
so.
times. You're like an expert on it. Okay.
He said get back to jump.
Yeah. So she's wanted to jump out of an airplane for a long time, which I think is crazy. Happy wife, happy life. Well, we're going to go with the Golden Knights.
Once you do it once, you're going to want to do it again.
That's what I think. I mean, it seems obvious.
Skydiving is a lot different.
That's not going to be my reaction. My reaction is to be like, I'm done. I'm done. It's done.
The beginning moments, your heart rate goes up, but once you jump out, there's nothing for it.
Okay.
Staring out.
All right.
So when you had didn't see me.
So you spend the holidays up here?
Family's raising us in local, so.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
One of the reasons why we treat him so.
Well, it's good to see you do warm, and good luck to you. So thank you for sharing this. That's right. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. Oh, well. Hey, how are you?
Good morning, sir.
So nice to meet you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Sorry,
I'm
what's your
Jamie
name?
Bain.
Jane?
Jamie.
Jamie, nice to meet
And I'm
you.
the service chief for prosthetics and orthotics.
Okay.
So what we're known for is rapid turnaround.
Yeah.
So we got to return them to duty. So to make a prosthetic limb, we start out with casting them.
Okay.
So we use old school plaster of Paris. It gets the job done the best.
Okay.
And then our certified prosthetist orthotists go into a lab. They pour it with plaster. It makes a mold, and we actually modify that. So
Okay.
we have to take away plaster and add in areas where they're bony. And then we make their first check socket. This is the first socket, and that's what goes up against their limb.
And what's this made of?
This is actually made of plastic, and so we can heat and change it.
Wait, so you'll use the plaster basically to make a mold of their leg.
Exactly.
And then you start, okay.
And then
got
we
it.
pour it, and it makes a positive model.
I see.
And then we use rasps to actually take that off.
Okay.
And then we get them in this plastic socket. So that's what's actually on them.
Sure.
And then, of course, everything underneath is a Lego that we put together.
Okay.
We can
Wow.
do that in an hour and a half.
Wait,
That's
you
amazing.
you can go from this to this in an hour and a half?
We can.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so we have a very skilled team of technicians that help us out because we've got lots of patients. So
Sure.
as a clinician, we do that. So a patient will stay in this socket for a period of time, a couple weeks to a few, maybe 2 months. Once their limb has stabilized, meaning they're not changing volume,
Yeah.
That's actually 25,000.